Hello and welcome to another Stamp Collector's Witty Journal. Today's story blends history with a touch of imagination, rooted in the real 1967 space-themed stamps of the Aden Mahra state. In the spring of 1967, when the desert winds of Mahra carried dust from the empty quarter toward the Arabian Sea, something unusual arrived in the coastal post offices. Small sheets of stamps showing rockets, astronauts, and distant planets. Images far removed from camel caravans and frankincense trails. Salim, a young postal clerk in Chishan, first noticed them when he opened a wooden crate stamped Aden. Inside were crisp, brightly colored stamps, unlike any he had ever handled. One showed a silver rocket lifting from Earth in a blaze of fire. Another depicted an astronaut floating above the blue curve of the planet. At the bottom, in neat lettering, were the words, Mahra State, Space Research, 1967. Salim had never seen a rocket, but he had heard the BBC Arabic broadcasts crackling over the radio at night. He knew that Americans and Soviets were racing toward the moon, and that Yuri Gagarin had already circled the Earth. To him, these stamps felt like messages from another world. Tiny windows into a future that seemed impossibly far from the mud-brick buildings and salt-streaked dows of his homeland. The elders laughed when they saw them. "What has Mahra to do with space?" one asked. Salim had no answer, but he sensed that the stamps were less about Mahra itself and more about being seen. Across the world, collectors would paste these stamps into albums, tracing their fingers over the name of a small state most had never heard of. For a moment, Mahra would orbit the globe on envelopes bound for Europe, Asia, and the Americas. Yet 1967 was a year of endings as much as dreams. British rule in South Arabia was collapsing, and the old sultanates, Mahra among them, were nearing their final days. The stamps, printed quickly and in large numbers for collectors abroad, became some of the last official issues of the Mahra state. While they celebrated humanity's leap toward the stars, the political world beneath them was being remade. One evening, Salim slipped a single space stamp into his pocket. He didn't mail it. He kept it folded in a book, imagining that one day, long after Mahra had disappeared from maps, someone would look at that stamp and wonder why a small Arabian state once dreamed so boldly. Decades later, in quiet stamp albums around the world, the 1967 Aden Mahra space stamps still gleam. Rockets frozen mid-launch, planets forever out of reach. They are reminders of a strange and beautiful moment when the space age brushed against the desert, and a fading state briefly claimed a place among the stars. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to join the Astro Space Stamp Society.